Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and like the video for more real stories. The story took place in Al Jazeera State in Sudan. At the University of Al Jazeera, which includes several colleges, engineering, medicine, and economics, and specifically in the College of Economics, the story was about a young man from a wealthy family in his third year. The young man was not interested in studying because he was rich. His education was merely a formality, and he was forced into it by his family. He was a well-mannered and respectful young man, but due to his wealth, he had no real need or passion that pushed him to complete his studies. So he would go to college, enjoy his day, and simply play his role as a student there. In this college, there was the most beautiful girl at the University of Al Jazeera. She was outstanding, and everyone knew her for her morals, beauty, and intelligence. The wealthy young man began to set his eyes on her and noticed that she was introverted, had a limited circle of friends, and was focused on her studies. All the teaching staff knew that she was smart. The young man kept circling around her, and at the same time, her friends began to encourage her toward him. "Why don't you get to know him? His looks show admiration and love. He is wealthy and owns a luxury car. Try giving him a chance." One day she became convinced of the idea and allowed him to talk to her. Their relationship was limited to the university facilities. Then the relationship developed, and they began meeting at cafes outside the university and talking on the phone. Eventually, they entered a love story with promises of marriage, and she went out with him to private places. Until the forbidden happened. The young man had promised her marriage after completing his university studies. After a while, she began to feel ill and stopped attending the university. Her friends started asking about her. "Why aren't you attending? Why is your academic performance declining?" One of her friends visited her at home, and she said to her, "I'm tired and I've been feeling extreme fatigue and exhaustion for about 2 weeks." Since her friend was married and had experience with pregnancy and its symptoms, she began questioning her. "What is the nature of the relationship between you and the young man?" She replied, "It's just a normal relationship. There's nothing between us." "Did anything happen between you and him?" She said, "No, nothing happened." She was afraid to reveal the truth. Her friend said, "Do not hide anything from me, my friend, because the symptoms you have indicate pregnancy." The girl denied it, but after her friend left, she began to think about her words and that it might be true that she was pregnant. She went and got tested at a hospital, and they told her, "Congratulations, you are pregnant." That was the disaster. She went to the young man and told him that she was pregnant. "Protect me. Don't let my family find out. They will cause me problems and might kill me. You must marry me as soon as possible before the matter is exposed." He told her, "You know that I come from a wealthy family, and my parents support me financially. If I tell them that I want to get married, they will cut off my allowance. I must first graduate and get a job, then I will think about marriage." The girl said to him, "We will be exposed before you finish your studies. The pregnancy will become obvious." He said to her, "The solution is for you to abort the fetus, and after that, we will definitely get married and cover up the matter." She said, "How can I abort it?" He replied, "That's not your concern. I will handle it." They went to all the hospitals in Al Jazeera State that could perform an abortion, but they refused because it was illegal for her to abort while unmarried, and her guardian had to be informed. They were forced to go to another state, offering bribes until they obtained approval from the director of a hospital to carry out the abortion procedure. An appointment was set for the operation, but how could the girl go to the hospital when she needed to stay there for about 2 or 3 days? Surely the matter would be exposed. She contacted one of her friends and said, "I want you to help me stay at your place for 2 days. I will tell my family that we have a difficult exam and need to study together." Her family agreed, and indeed, the day of the operation arrived. The abortion procedure was carried out successfully. She felt relieved, and the young man felt relieved as well. The issue was covered up, and no one knew about the pregnancy. However, the girls found eternal rest as she died due to complications from the procedure. The hospital was forced to inform the security authorities, and all the medical staff and the hospital director were arrested. It was discovered that they had forged a fake marriage contract, and the young man was also arrested. Everyone learned about the matter. The girl's family turned the world upside down, and the young man faced the threat of execution or life imprisonment because he manipulated a crime involving the killing of a fetus, caused the death of a girl, and incited immorality and debauchery. The girl's family demanded retribution for the young man. The young man was sentenced to 15 years in prison, and the medical staff and the hospital director were sentenced to 7 years.